What's up, guys? So welcome to the video. My name's Kenny, if you guys are new to the channel. And so in this video, basically, I'm just gonna take a look at a bunch of old pictures, a bunch of old videos, and just kind of chat a little bit. And hopefully you guys like this style of video. I'm just gonna take a look at basically how I yo-yo dieted in the past, kind of go over just some struggles, some things that I learned, and really just kind of discuss with you guys just how I transformed my body to where I'm at now. It's by no means super impressive or anything like that, but it's where I came from. You guys will see to where I'm at now. It's quite the improvement, and just the lessons that I've learned in how to maintain a lean physique. And as you guys will see in future videos, how I will continue to improve my physique with the things that I've learned. Just a little side note, my ceiling fan was on for this video, and apparently my ceiling fan is really loud. So I'm so sorry, guys, if there's a bit of a humming. I finished editing everything, and I kind of noticed it at the end, which, if anything, that should tell you something. Just pretend it's not there, and it won't be there. It's a slight humming in the background. I'm really sorry. I had everything edited already, so I didn't really want to go back and fix it. I'm sorry, guys. What are those things called? I can't think of the name, but you know how you put the oil in and then you press the button and it kind of the dehumidifier or something like, or humidifier, whatever. One of those. Just pretend one of those is going off in the background, and hopefully it doesn't bug you guys too much. Sorry about that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this style of video. Just how to transform your body. I just really wanted to just give you guys a heads up because there's a lot that I talk about, but the two main points that I really wanted to get across with this video is that in order to transform your body, you want to find something that, one, works for you as an individual, because what works for one person may not work for you. And a lot of the times you see these cookie cutter fitness plans that really work for that person, and as you can see, that person is in shape, but it may not work for you. A lot of those things I experienced, and I finally found something that works for me. And number two is you want to give yourself time. You want to give yourself time to lose the weight physically. It takes time. You don't want to rush it and stress your body out. And as well, you also want to give yourself time mentally, because this is more of a lifestyle switch. You want to switch your lifestyle and learn how to be healthier in order to not only get to your goals, but also in order to maintain it. And once you can maintain it, then you don't really have to go through this epic diet again in your life, because you won't let yourself get too far out of being lean. And so those are the two big things, guys. Individualize your plan. And number two, give yourself enough time. It's a physical and it's a mental switch that needs to happen in order to transform your body. I hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, so there's gonna be kind of a lot going on here in this video. I'm gonna try my best here. I got my laptop here. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna edit these in. I'm not super techie, so you're gonna see me, guys. This is me very, very bulked. Now, I believe this has to have been when I was in university, mid-university. I'm not gonna try to be too specific with the dates because I'm really bad with dates, first of all, and second of all, it doesn't really matter. But this is from several years ago. Now, I remember, I think at this point I was at a full, nice and juicy 200 pounds. And you can even tell by the style of iPhone here, guys, this was a while ago. So this was me back in the day when I believed that, you needed to get really, really heavy in order to gain weight. And unfortunately, what ended up happening is, I was quite out of shape. Now, it really depends what your goals are, but, at the end of the day, for most people, we get into lifting, we want to look like we lift, and we want to be healthier ultimately, right? I've always wanted to look like a fitness model, still do, but honestly, you also want to be healthy too. You want your internal health to be on point as well. Now, clearly I wasn't doing that, but I believe that for some reason you needed to get very, very heavy. You needed to get fat to build muscle, and then you needed to do this grand cut to then show off what you built. So I'm here now. So I decided, you know what, a little too heavy. Time to get the shreds going. So here I am coming down in weight. Now this is probably a good, I would say like 20 pounds off, and you can clearly see I look so much different. But even for the amount of weight that I lost, guys, I was still I was still quite heavy. It just goes to show how much weight I really had to lose. So now I'm coming down in weight, and you can see now a little bit of ab definition at the top, a little bit of cuts in the shoulders, but nothing really that good until here. Now I had to have been probably in the 170s at this point now, maybe 160s. Granted that those first few pictures was me at like 200 pounds. So this is me coming down quite a bit, coming down quite a bit in weight. And now it kind of looks like I lift a little bit. Now we go, you know, was it, you know, I'm starting to, at this point, probably consider, after dieting for so long, you know, was it worth gaining all that weight? Probably not. So now we're at the point, you guys, I believe I'm in the 150s. I'm not a very heavy person. I'm like 5'8". I do have very small wrists, and it's gonna sound like a weird thing, but you know when people say, oh, I got small bones, I do kind of have small joints, so I don't weigh very heavy. I'm not super big either, but I'm okay size. But I definitely am on the very, very lighter end for whatever reason. So now it's starting to look like a lift, and granted at this point, you know, I was not dieting properly. For one, I was not eating high enough protein, and I didn't take things slow enough. I didn't take things to the point where I could actually adjust this to a lifestyle. You're gonna see I do get to a good endpoint, but I don't maintain it. I balloon back up within a matter of a couple of weeks, really, and that's not good because I spent so much time. And honestly, ugh, can't talk. Honestly, it was such a frustrating diet because I just remember just hating it because I didn't understand how to eat voluminous foods, and I wasn't really eating super healthy. I would sometimes, but then it was all about if it fits your macros at this point in my life, and it was clearly not what I should have done. I just remember feeling horrible. I remember feeling so frustrated, and it was a painful cut. But here's me, you know, I got the posing set up, so I do a little bit of posing here, and you can see, you know, I'm not super impressive. I am a natural lifter. This is without a pump, of course, and this is just normal lighting, nothing crazy, and I'm just kind of showing you, like, stomach's almost flat, a little bit of abs. I look okay. I look decent, right? I'm just kind of hitting some angles here, hitting some poses. All right, a lot of improvement, but compared to what I started at, you know, we made a lot of progress. And now we're starting to get, as I continue, now you can start to see a much bigger improvement. You can really see, guys, I ended this diet, like, I was pretty lean. You can see, like, how ripped my back is in this shot. You can see, you know, you can see the abs, you can see it pretty well. Now, the funny thing is, I was so exhausted at this point in my diet. I just remember telling myself, you know, like, there's no way I can keep this up, because the way I was dieting was just not filling me up. So, you know, I think most of the population, honestly, is in the same boat where, most of us are pretty big appetite people. Now, I'm a very, very large appetite person. My metabolism's not slow, but I just have such a urge to eat, and I was definitely not um, working with that and eating the way I should have. So you can see that even though I ended pretty ripped, it's hard to see. I mean, you're just seeing the end product. This took months, and first of all, I was pretty much dieting for like damn well like a year. So that just goes to show, and it was frustrating, very frustrating. It was a whole year of basically torture. And I just remember working so hard some days, and I'm kind of skipping ahead here, but when I gained the weight back, it was I can't even begin to explain how frustrating it was, guys, to just think that you put in all this work and you gain it back, and yeah, it's my fault, but it's like I wanted to continue to be super lean, but it's just like it was just so painful to do so, and that just comes down to me not doing it right for my body type, my body style, and I was doing things that would work for certain people, but it just didn't work for me. So now here I am coming back up. Now, this shot I look good in. I'm not as lean as I was in the past picture, and but I looked good in this one. I like the way I looked. If I could maintain this kind of look, it's great. You can see the abs, you can see the cuts. I'm not too lean, but I'm lean, right? But nope, could not maintain it. And as you see now, guys, we're talking a matter of like, honestly, like I'm a huge appetite person. And keep in mind, after dieting for pretty close to like a year, you get to a certain point where, and especially so much so if you get super lean, especially like people that compete, is that binge that you want to do after is just incredible, and that is exactly what I felt. So I couldn't control myself, man. Like every single day, oh man, like every single day I just wanted to binge, and I couldn't stop. And we're talking in a matter of like a couple of weeks, I started to look like this again. And you can't really tell, but man, I was so frustrated. Like I was so incredibly angry that I looked like this again, because keep in mind the amount of pain that I went into getting as lean as I did, and now I'm heavy again. And like, look how drastic this is. I look so much, in my opinion, for what I would. Keep in mind, I get that, body positivity, whatever, we all want to support each other, but for me, I wanted to look like a fitness model. So I want to be lean, I want to have abs. So for me and my goals, this wasn't working. I got the belly, you can't really see my abs anymore. All right, so basically, I ended up losing a bit of weight, kind of flattening back out. And with the way that I was eating, as you can see, like in these push-ups, and you're gonna see in the pull-ups clips here, I pretty much was able to get my body fat at like a okay level. Now we're talking like stomach wasn't flat, but I had a little bit of abs showing through at the top, a little bit of a pop belly, but you could see some definitions in the arms and the shoulders, but I was by no means impressive, nor was I happy with what I looked like, because my goal was to be like a cover model, right? A fitness model. And, I don't by any means look bad, but not the way I want to look. Now, I remember I jumped back on a diet, and this time I was doing things right. So I definitely got to give credit where credit's due. I learned a lot of tips from Greg Doucette, and actually quite a few from Will Tennyson as well. So, you know, if by any means somehow these guys see this video or word gets out to them, thank you so much, especially Greg Doucette, because honestly, a lot of the way that I eat now is so strongly influenced from Greg Doucette. Man, I just want to thank you so much, Greg, Coach Greg. You really changed the way that I do things, and I just remember feeling for once now that it was actually possible for me to accomplish getting lean. And actually, you know, at this point I'm a little far out, but thinking, oh, maybe I can actually get lean and stay lean. And ultimately, guys, now, okay, so you see my posing now, so like I'm decently lean now. Like, keep in mind, it's like no pump, I'm not incredible lighting, it's not best angles, but it's just a raw update on, you know, what I look like. And this looks pretty good. Like, I'm starting to approach what I looked like before somewhat. And let me tell you, honestly and truthfully, getting to this point was so much easier this time. It was so much more enjoyable. I did it so much healthier. The foods that I was eating, low calorie, high volume, high nutrient. And I was finally starting to do things now where it was catered towards me as an individual. And, you know, you can continue to see, guys, that I'm getting leaner. And now I'm starting to look like how I used to. But I felt 100 times better, 1,000 times better. This was so much easier to get to this point, so much more enjoyable. And not only that, but like I told you guys, or maybe I didn't tell you, but I'm still losing weight right now. I still have a bit of a lower set point I want to get down to, and I feel like even at that leaner weight, I'm gonna feel even better. And like, I definitely know that, you know, I don't want to say without effort, but not like killing myself and dieting. Like, I can actually get leaner than this. I can get leaner than this and not have to like struggle out of my mind and think, oh man, like I remember in the past it was like, I remember how I felt, but right now I got so much more room that I can push myself, and it's like I can actually get leaner than this, and I know I'm not like hurting. I can still keep going. And at this point, like, I'm pretty happy with how I look, but I do have about 10 pounds I want to lose. So I think I included, so this is a clip, me when I weighed in for the end of a step challenge video that I did. You guys should check that out on my channel. So ended it at 145 there. So you can see I'm light again. I'm comparable to what I weighed when I was super lean before. And as you see in this clip, like, I'm looking good now. So I'm pretty much back to where I was before. And it was so much, I can't even express, guys. So much easier to get to this point, and so much more enjoyable, and I can actually maintain this, which is the amazing thing about this. So much easier to get to this point, and so much more enjoyable, and I can actually maintain this, which is the amazing thing about this. And so we're gonna end it with, in terms of looking at these pictures, we're gonna end it with this clip of me posing recently. This is actually today. Now, I am a little bit sick. I don't know if you guys could tell. I guess you wouldn't be able to tell, but my voice is a little bit raspier than it normally is. So I actually ended up pulling back a little bit from my diet, and I, just as a side note, jumped on some of that creatine, and I ended up, so I'm like 149 right now. My goal is to get down to 140, which will be, as you can see from these pictures, I'm going to be quite lean. And the crazy thing is, for the first time ever, I'm actually genuinely excited to finish off my diet. And I know that there's so much room for me to be able to push myself and not still feel like I'm at the edge. And the amazing thing about this, guys, is I'm going to keep making videos to show you guys how I'm maintaining this look, because I'm not really on a quote unquote diet. I'm eating as a lifestyle now. And now the foods that I eat, all that's going to change. You know, granted, I'm going to keep learning new recipes, but all that's going to change is I'm basically just going to eat the same foods that I'm eating now, just more of them. Yeah, so I'm so excited, guys. I'm taking it slow. I'm gonna take about 2 more months to finish off my diet, and then just focus on just maintaining that body fat level, and just building muscle from there, and just enjoying life, and being much healthier too. So I'm just gonna wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of video. I'm just kind of messing around, figuring out different ways I can bring you guys information, and doing some voiceover stuff, and doing like a video like this. And you know, I'm not super techy and super I edit my own stuff, and I'm not good at it, but hopefully, you know, this is a little interesting looking, especially just looking through all these older pictures and just thinking, you know, how far I've come, honestly. And just I'm excited, so excited for the future of where this can go. Now, I do want to quickly, just in summary, just really say that, you know, the thing about this is how to transform yourself really comes down to finding something that's going to work for you specifically as an individual. Now, for me in the past, I forced my way down to get super lean, but I wasn't doing it the right way, and I wasn't doing it the right way specifically for me. And even though I was able to willpower my way through and get to that goal, I wasn't able to maintain it. And so now this time I'm getting down to my goal, and I'm maintaining it, because I've been at this weight, guys, around this level of leanness for a long time now, for months now. So I've already shown myself that I can maintain this. And now I'm going to get a little bit leaner and continue to maintain it, and continue to develop my body and build more muscle. So you got to find something that works for you, guys. If you know you're a big appetite person, and you know that you need more than just a little portion of protein, rice, and some broccoli, a cup or two of broccoli, then you got to find other things that work for you. You know, I highly recommend, and I think most of the population honestly falls under this umbrella, which is why most of us, it doesn't make sense for us when we watch these videos, these diet videos of these fitness gurus that say, oh, you know, 5 meals a day, and it's like oatmeal with eggs for meal 1, meal 2 is chicken, rice, and broccoli, meal 3 is salmon, quinoa, and asparagus. And while these things are great, these are things that work for these people, and a lot of the times these are not people with naturally very big appetites, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just what works for them, and that may not work for you. And I think most of the population, like I said, falls under the category where, man, my voice is starting to get really raspy, but I still want to finish this video. But I think most of the population falls under the category that they have a large appetite, and I know that's for me for sure. So I found something, guys, that catered to me specifically, that involved a lot of healthy eating, which takes time. It takes time to adjust that, and you got to find foods that taste really good, so that when you're done, it's almost like, now what do I do? Well, it's not like you can, well, whatever you did to get you to where you're at is what you need to keep doing in order to keep that. So if you did this crazy diet and you got lean, you don't actually have a plan and a lifestyle, you're not going to keep that look. But if you have a diet and a lifestyle switch, once you reach your end goal, you can actually maintain it, and you can continue to improve. So that's the big takeaway. I know I can honestly break down so many different things. I don't want to do that all in this one video. I just want to show you guys just some older pictures, you know, a little bit of nostalgia, take a trip back to the past, and just the overall message of this video just being that this time around I'm doing things right, and it has been so much easier and so much more enjoyable to get to the same goal, but I'm doing it better now, and I'm able to actually maintain it now. Now, I mean, like, I'm not in bad shape now. I mean, you guys saw from the most recent posing, like, I'm in good shape, but I'm by no means suffering like how I suffered to look like that in the past. And so that's exciting. I can maintain this. I can look good all year. And you know, that's the big takeaway that I learned from this video, guys. Find something that works for you. I think most of the population needs to eat much healthier. Give yourself time to transform. It takes a long time to lose weight. It takes a long time for your body to adjust, and it takes a long time for your mentality to change, to then be able to be someone that changed their lifestyle and now eats differently for the rest of their life. If you guys like the video, please like the video, leave a comment, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.